Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about health and fitness. The reason I'm making this video is because I get so many people, specifically like girls that are my age and younger, asking me what my workout plan is and like what I eat every day and all that kind of stuff. And I love that people are curious, and I mean, I love watching videos of other people's workout routines and what I eat in a day and all that kind of stuff. But it's important, and I want you guys to know this too, that like what I do for my workouts and what I eat in a day isn't necessarily going to work for you the same way that it works for me, because everyone's body is different. I would love to be able to share what I do, and maybe that can inspire you to start being more healthy and active. And if that's what I can do, then that's awesome. But I want to make sure that you know that I'm not like saying you need to do this same workout that I do and eat this exact same thing in order to feel awesome, because I don't even feel like incredible every day. Like, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what works best for my body. So I'm happy to share what I currently do and what I've done in the past and everything, but I don't want you to think that I'm telling you this is the way to do it, because I have no idea. Like, I'm just figuring it out. So as long as we're cool with that, I'll get into it and I'll tell you a bit about what I've done in the past, what kind of things I've tried, and what I'm currently doing. So that's okay? Here we go. Yeah, I've had quite a journey and I'm still on that. I mean, it's a journey that I think everyone is on for their whole life, but fitness especially has been such a huge part of my life, especially in the last few years. And the last few years are also whenever I've gone through some of the most difficult things in my life so far. So because the two have been because fitness as well as difficult things have been such a big thing in my life the last few years. So this subject is a little bit touchy, but I'm willing to share it with you guys because health and fitness are very important and everyone needs to take care of them. I grew up dancing. I still dance a lot, but I used to dance like all the time. But I didn't start like going to a gym until I was like 15. So I started going to group fitness classes, which are so fun. I highly recommend them. It's just like, I don't even know if the workout was really hard whenever I went to these classes, but I know it was fun. It was kind of like a dance class, high energy, just like fun. Everything went to the music. I was way younger than everyone else there, but it was really fun. So I started going to group fitness classes, and that's what really got me into my whole fitness journey. And I switched over to a new gym and I did more of like CrossFit style workouts. So again, it was a group environment, a very, very motivating place to be. But the workouts were much more difficult. So this is when I started doing things like squats, bench press, deadlifts, pull-ups, intense conditioning. Like, this is when all of I don't want to say like the real workouts, but like the more challenging workouts started for me. And I loved it. I loved it so much. So I became very quickly obsessed with this kind of workout. So I don't want to say CrossFit workouts because it wasn't a CrossFit gym, but like it basically was. So this style of training was like the best for me, because every day I'd get to the gym and I wouldn't know what the workout was going to be because it was always different. And I think that's why I liked it so much, because I didn't know what to expect. All I knew is that I would leave feeling accomplished and proud of myself for what I did in that 15-minute AMRAP or that 30-minute HIIT class, whatever it was. I knew that it was going to be awesome and it was going to be hard and I was going to sweat and feel good after them for me. So I became very obsessed with it. I started doing this style of training twice every day, sometimes 3 times a day. And I didn't even notice that I was going so much because I just loved it. It was like the best thing ever. And at this point, I wasn't in school. I was actually doing a co-op course at the gym, so I was literally always there. So I figured I might as well just work out again while I'm here. I'd always just like try and increase my reps on different things. Like while I was like cleaning, I'd like go in and like do pull-ups and stuff. Like, I was just always working out and I loved it. And it made me feel so good. It made me feel more confident and just like, I had so much energy too. It was awesome. I loved it. So yeah, I wasn't really noticing how reliant I was on working out until I couldn't work out anymore. So I went traveling for like a week. Like I didn't even go away for long. I went to Toronto for business. I went to Toronto. There was a gym in my hotel, but it was like a smaller gym and I didn't have access to all of the things I was used to training with back home. So keep in mind, I was away for 1 week, not even, and I like shut down, like mentally, physically, emotionally. It was awful. I didn't know what to do with myself because I was so used to training all day, every day, and then that was just like taken away from me because I was supposed to go to business meetings, which was a really cool opportunity, but I couldn't focus because all I was thinking about was like, when am I gonna get to work out again? If I can't work out, how am I supposed to eat anything because I won't burn it off? Like, this is when I started to realize how dependent I was on working out. I had no idea up until this point. So here I am in Toronto with my mom. I'm here for a business convention where I'm supposed to be networking with people and sharing what I'm working on and all this stuff, but I couldn't even focus because all I wanted to do was work out. If there was food in front of me, I didn't want to eat it because I knew I wouldn't get to burn it off. And like, I just couldn't believe that I felt that way because when I was home, I would eat like whatever. Like I didn't care because I knew I was gonna burn it off anyway. So I would eat like so much all day. I just would work out, eat, work out, eat, work out, eat. And then this is whenever I started to struggle with my body image. So this 1 week off of training was so hard for me. This is when I started to look at myself in the mirror and not like the way I looked. I thought I looked too big. I thought I was getting fat. I thought I was getting bigger, and like I just felt so bad about myself when I looked in the mirror. And I couldn't believe it because just last week I loved the way I looked. I thought I was getting so strong and I loved it and I felt great. And then it just completely switched and I hated my body and I hated the way I looked and felt, and it just happened so quickly and it wasn't good. It wasn't good for me emotionally, mentally, or physically. Like I just kind of shut down. So after this trip, I came back home and I started going back to the gym, and it was like, I was still training the same amount, but my mindset in my training was different. Now my mindset was, I need to do this because I need to burn off what I ate for breakfast, or I need to work out again because I have to wear a dress for an event and I'm not going to look good enough. It started to become more of that instead of I'm working out because I love it and it makes me feel good. I've been vegan and I was eating gluten-free for like 2.5 years. So like my diet was like very clean. I never even ate sugar or like oil or like anything that was junk food because my body just didn't want it. So all I was eating were really healthy things, but still, anytime I'd eat anything, I'd have to do a workout after, or at least do like a bunch of push-ups or squats like in my bathroom, like after I ate. It's really unhealthy what I was doing, and the more that I think back and look at it now, I realize like how bad it actually was. So with this mindset shift and working out to burn off calories and stuff instead of working out because I loved it, this didn't last very long because I became so obsessed with the way that I looked that I didn't even want to go to the gym anymore. So I really was so hard on myself when I think about it. Like I was comparing myself to so many girls, like girls I'd see on Instagram and everything. I'd be like, the things I was telling myself were things like, this girl doesn't even work out. How does she get to look that good? When I work out 3 times a day, watch what I eat, like I should look better than her. Like that's what I was telling myself. And that's obviously a very unhealthy thing to be saying to yourself, but that's what happens when you get caught up in comparing yourself to others. You just never think you're good enough, and that's where I was at. So yeah, what this resulted in was me actually taking a complete break from the gym altogether. So this was really hard, but I knew that I needed to do it mentally because there was no way I could continue moving forward with this mindset of eat, burn it off, or just don't eat at all and then I won't have to work out. Like it was really bad. So I stopped going to the gym. And this was so hard, mainly because I loved the environment at the gym and the people that were there. So that was hard. I stopped going to the gym, and I still like danced and stuff, but I just like was really trying to get my body back into a healthy state of just like eating when I'm hungry, stopping when I'm full, being active without having to like put my body through the stress of 3 CrossFit workouts a day, because that's not necessary. So yeah, I started to focus more on my mental health, and I started to write more. I started to talk to a counselor about things that were going on, especially like with my body image and everything. I needed to get help for all of this because I was really struggling. So yeah, without going to the gym, I started to focus more on my mental health, and it was awesome. I was seeing a lot of positive changes in the way I felt about myself, my energy levels, and the way I was treating other people too, because whenever I was like really obsessed with the gym, I was neglecting the things in my life that really did mean a lot to me. I wouldn't like be home for dinner, I wouldn't get to eat dinner with my family, I wouldn't go to parties, I wouldn't hang out with people, because all I cared about was going to the gym. So I started to notice that I don't need to do CrossFit 3 times a day to feel good and look good. I just need to take care of my body. So that's what I started to do. Taking care of my body and my mind helped me realize that. But my story doesn't end here.